Influenced by what's available in my herb box, I am making a cilantro chimichurri. Yeah, a nice little topping for your steaks and other grilled meats and all that. Stay tuned, you're gonna love this one, man. My herb box is probably the only thing doing really well in the garden this year. So much so that I've got to cut back the cilantro to use it. And if you've been following me on Instagram at Caribbean Pots, I have a gardening 101 series that I do on there. So I explain why I cut it back and stuff like that. So I'm going to trim this back, and I have some more on the other side, and I'm going to make a chimichurri, a sort of a Caribbean style chimichurri to go with steak, and you can even toss pasta and stuff like that in it as well. Yeah, it's that, even vegetables. You toss some vegetables in that chimichurri in the oven or onto the grill in a pan. I'm telling you, boy, think self. Along with the cilantro that I just harvested from there. A lot of people call it coriander as well. I mean, it depends on where you're based. I'm gonna grab some of this thyme as well to add to it, to give it a more Caribbean vibe than anything else. And here I have the cilantro all chopped up, and I prefer using a knife rather than a food processor, because I find that I can control the texture to my own liking. But if you want to give everything a rough chop, toss it into a food processor, you do you. So finely chopped cilantro, finely chopped shallot, a large shallot. We're gonna need some black pepper, olive oil. Of course, we need a vinegar in there, an acid, and that's gonna come courtesy of red wine vinegar. We're gonna need some salt. I'm using sea salt. The Caribbean person in me wants a bit of citrus in there, so I've got one orange that I'm gonna juice. I've got 2 bird's eye pepper because I want it a bit spicy. I like it spicy. I'm gonna give that a rough chop. A small rough chop, if you're wondering, with seeds and everything. 2 cloves of garlic, and what I have here, I don't know if you guys noticed, with the shadow benny plant, this is the flowers, the top part that would create flowers and then seeds. If I don't harvest this, it will hold back the production of leaves, so I like harvesting this. Later on in the season, I will let it go to seed, and that's going to give it that true Caribbean sort of flavor that I'm looking for. Yeah, the cilantro good, but you see that shadow benny or culantro, a lot better. In goes the cilantro, and what you want to do is to wash it really good, because sometimes with the stem, and I use stems and everything, not the root but the stems and everything. If you recall, the root is still in my herb box out there, and I like giving it a good wash, shaking out as much water as I can. If you want to blot it with paper towels, that's also a good idea. Shallot, and again, finely chopped. If you don't have shallot and you just want to use regular onion, you can do that as well, just finely chopped. Garlic, and that's just crushed garlic. I'm just going to move everything over and give the peppers as well as the and I'm just going to cut off the stems. It's trying to go well to this a little bit of the shadow benny or chardon benny. Just going to hit that a nice little rough chop, and I'll do the same with the peppers. Move everything back over. There we go. Shadow benny time. Bird's eye pepper for a kick. What I did forget to mention in the ingredient list is that I want the leaves, the baby leaves of some fresh thyme as well. Again, I want that lovely Caribbean flavor in there. Salt. I like coarse black pepper. Olive oil. Vinegar. And that's going to bring that sharpness, and it's going to help sort of cure and preserve everything. And the last thing I want to go in there with now is the juice of the orange. And I'm just going to catch the seeds in my hand like so. And if you don't want to put the orange, I'm using the orange for the bit of citrus in there, but also for the bit of sweetness to sort of find balance with the tartness of the vinegar. If you wanted, you can put a teaspoon of brown sugar in here as well. Again, I'm not trying to disrespect the recipe. It's a South American recipe for making chimichurri. I'm just trying to put my little Caribbean spin on it and make use of the cilantro that I have going amok in my herb box there. This way I can, and if some of the pulp get in there, that is proper too, yeah? And basically all that's left to do now is to bring all of those lovely ingredients together, and I would let it sit for about 5-10 minutes before I actually start putting this to use. Yeah, and this is what I mean about controlling the texture of it. If you wanted, again, to use a food processor, by all means, rock that food processor. Uncle Chris is not eating, you know what I mean? But anyhow, a nice little chimichurri influenced by my Caribbean heritage and what I have growing in my herb box there. But I want this to settle just a little bit more. I want all those flavors to sort of kusume and come together nicely in there. And the little kick from the bird's eye, the specks of red there, proper thing, man. Head over to CaribbeanPot.com as always, where I'll have the printable recipe with this precise amount of ingredients and everything else.